Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the White Piano Podcast here at the historic Mutual Musicians Foundation, located in 18 and 18th and Vine District. I am your host, Angela Belize, and as you can see, sitting next to me, we have nationally respected journalist, cultural icon. He is the founder of the Black Movie Hall of Fame, the executive director of AAFCA, that's African American Film Critics Association. I think I said that in the right one. And
they call it AAFCA. I'm not the director, I'm the co-founder.
And the co-founder of AAFCA. And he is the executive director of the Boone Theater. And I'm speaking of Shawn Edwards. Thank you so much for joining us.
Intro. That's like a professional intro in the Mutual Musicians Foundation. I love it.
That's what we are. That's what we do. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me. This is my first time in this building. It's sober.
Did you say sober?
You're not supposed to be sober when you come here because it's always after hours.
Hey, well,
I logged B hours in incredible nights. I've had some incredible nights. I played drums in here. Mm-hmm. Partying in here with family and friends. I came here every night after shooting the Robert Altman shot the film Kansas City back in 1994. We did all the facades down here. I don't even know how they got that movie done because they would shoot for like 16 hours a day. And then because he hired like all these professional musicians, like the top of the top jazz artists to recreate the jam sessions at the Hey Hey Club. So all the jazz musicians, all the actors, all the crew, when they finished filming like at 1, 2 in the morning, they would come here every night and party till 5 or 6, and they show back up on set around 7 or 8.
That is
I don't even know how to do the movie yet. I do not know how to. It's partly the reason why the movie is bad.
Contracts and money.
The movie's horrible. The part of the reason why the movie is horrible. Why the movie's trash. Have you ever seen it?
No.
You've never seen Kansas City?
You know, I want to watch it. You know, I've heard of it, and I'm going to try to watch it. Your film critic.
Go to Blockbuster and win.
I can't see. I should learn.
They filmed it in 94. It came out in 95. You know, it takes a long time for a movie to come out. But they filmed it in 94. And I'm telling you, literally every night of filming, so like they recreated the Hey Hey Club at the old Wendy's that was downtown. Mm-hmm. So Wendy's that went out of business, and they used that little shell to create the Hey Hey Club. And every scene, they like after they finished every night, they came here and jammed out. Like every night.
Okay, so anybody out there?
It's unanimously bad. I'm not the only person saying that.
Let us know in the comments. Tell us how you felt about the movie Kansas City if you've seen it. It was filmed in 1994.
Don't watch it.
Released later after that. I want to see it.
It's so bad.
It makes me feel like it's a comedy at this point. I don't like it.
No.
A comedy because the fun.
Robert Altman's a great director. It's just that movie is bad. Mm-hmm. Like there's really technically never been a great movie filmed in Kansas City.
Well, what made, besides the fact that they partied every night till 5 or 6 a.m. and then was on set shooting at 7 a.m., what were the elements that you feel made the movie bad?
This is a bad story because, like, so you're trying to, like, so you have the whole backdrop of the 18th Combined Historic Jazz District, and you're trying to recreate the Hey Hey Club with all the famous musicians who played there back in the day. But you want to tell this kidnapping story that was just terrible. It was so bad.
So was it not a true kidnapping story? Or is there actually
a kidnapping story? It's like truth, and they were blurring, fiction with nonfiction. It just didn't work. Because, like, the gangster seldom seen was supposed to be the dude that ran 18th and Vine. Mm-hmm. Like, they didn't really flesh it out. Her brother Fonte was great. That's a gangster. I mean, they just wasted the talent,
Okay, I'm going to check that movie out.
It's a horrible movie.
You do not recommend it, but I'm going to see it.
Not at all.
So let's take it back a little bit as far as Shawn Edwards. How did you get involved? How did you become a film critic?
Well, I used to be a pickpocket on the streets.
Are you serious?
No. I met some pickpockets. When I went to Brazil, I met some of the coolest pickpockets ever.
And were they pickpocketing you?
No, not at all. I'm cool. They wasn't messing
You
with
saw
me.
them pickpocketing
I'm
others?
6'2". They wasn't messing with me. I'm black. They were 6'2". That was like cool to have a Yankees hat. I was like the hero. They wasn't messing with me, but we was. I knew they were. I knew, you know. Plus, when you go to Rio, or you go to Sao Paulo, you can't be going on like you gotta know how to roll. But it was cool. But I mean, there were some incredible pickpockets. They actually got one of my colleagues' iPhone.
Sound advice, so don't go with your bling.
No, not to Rio.
Okay. I haven't ever been there, so okay, thanks.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I believe it. So tell us, how did you get involved in
It's like movies. Like, you know, when you were a kid, like your parents take you to the movies. I'm like, this is dope. Like, I'm like having fun watching movies. You go and you're like, oh, Bambi, this is a cool cartoon. Like, sound of music. Oh my God, it's beautiful. It's Superfly. That dude's cool. You see all this stuff. And so, you know, it's back in the day. So you only saw movies at a movie theater. So like when you 2 feet tall, and you sit in them fold up chairs and it gets super dark in the room and the screen is big, you get immediately sucked in. So I was like, this is crazy. This is some amazing stuff. So I wanted to know how they did it. Like, you know, I was curious. I'm like, I like what I'm watching. I like the feeling it's evoking. I like all of this, but how do they do it? So my young mind was like, how do you do that? And so, you know, my mother she was a school teacher. So school teacher parents are the worst. Like, cause, oh my God, you can never say you bored and they always want you to read a book or write something. But she took me to the library. So I started checking out all these books on how you make movies. And so then that's where I really like started to understand the process and like fell in love with like filmmaking. End up going to
How old were you at that time?
I was like 6 or 7, you know, yeah, because I could read. So I started reading when I was like 4.
And that wasn't part of your mother.
No, I just because I was smart. I knew how to read.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, I was like, I wasn't trying to be dumb, so I knew how to read. So you know, I was really good at reading. You know how you can be advanced. That's why they threw me in what was that idiotic program they used to have, that gifted and talented program. It was so stupid, but so no, I just read up on stuff and then I just learned the process. So then there was a camera store in Brookside called Crick's Camera Shop. So I went and bought a Super 8. And we didn't have no like laptops and iPhones. You had to back then we had to make, you know, camcorders didn't exist yet. So you had to make movies like for real. Like you go buy a film cartridge, you put it in the camera and you shoot and you take it out, take it back to the camera store. They had to send it to Chicago to get developed. Then you get your stuff back and see what you did. So you had to be good at what you were doing. It ain't like now how you take a picture, you don't like it, you delete it, then take another one, you don't like it, and you had to be on your game. Whatever you shot is what you shot. It wasn't no do-over. So it required a certain amount of skill. So you had to make sure everything was set up, the lighting was right, your actors were on point, because once you roll that camera, man, that's it. There ain't no do-overs. Because each cartridge was only like about 2.5 to 3 minutes worth of film.
Yeah, that's really short.
Back then it wasn't. It's short now because people are spoiled because that's why there's so many like worthless material online now because you can just like shoot. There's no quality control. Back then you had to emphasize quality control. So you had to really like focus and set stuff up so you can capture it correctly because you didn't get a second chance. And we need that. Like they need to take all these phones because everybody thinks they're a content creator now. But they just out here just throwing stuff in the wind, but nobody's really like focusing in on the craft. There's a lack of craftsmanship missing.
So when you are critiquing a film or you want to share this?
We fast forwarded fast. So you went from a kid to my job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what do you want to know?
So I would like to know, and also for our viewers, what
do they want to know?
Well, they can let us know.
What do the people? I want to know, what do the people want?
Yeah, let us know.
Actually, do we really want to know what the people want?
Yeah, we want to know.
Sometimes the people want some weird stuff.
Well, I think our viewers are pretty cool, so I don't think we'll have an issue with that. I think we're safe.
Let's make sure we're safe. All right, so what do you say? What do I look for?
So, yeah, what are the components when you're critiquing a film?
Well, first thing is, I don't want to be bored. Like, if it's boring, like, oh my, like, it has to have some level of, like, entertainment value. Like, it's got to be something that, like, keeps your attention. That's first. Because if it's boring, it's like, ooh, that's a bad starting point. And then you get into the technicals, like, you know, cinematography dope. I like Karen's on time. It's the cinematography dope.
It's the editing, like unique, the uniqueness of the stuff it takes to make a movie, like the cinematography, the editing, the art direction, the sound, and then it has to be a compelling story. Because that's what you're doing. You're making a movie to tell a story. If it's not a compelling story, then what's the point? You're like, if it's not compelling, then like, what's the whole reason of watching it? And then you got to understand who the movie's made for too. Like, I'm not walking into an animated feature the same way I'm walking into like a dramatic thriller. And I'm not walking into a horror movie the same way I'm walking into a comic book movie, because the intended audiences are so different for those types of films. Like, you can't be going hard on a kid film when you know like 3, 4, 5-year-olds. That's just like, that would just be mean and be stupid, because that's not the intended. I'm not the intended audience. I have to understand who the intended audience is for that particular film, and you kind of base it on that level. But it's not fair, because it's not sports, so it's all subjective. But you still got to understand, who is this meant for? Like who is this rom-com meant for? Who's this comic book movie meant for? Like, who's this blaxploitation film meant for? And then that's kind of like your starting point.
So when you're critiquing like a kid's film, do you have to take yourself to like a kid's space?
No, you don't have to do all that.
No.
I'm not an actor. I don't got to role play. I just gotta have an understanding. Like, I'm not method acting, but if I have an understanding, you can write a more thorough review. It just comes across as more authentic.
Gotcha. Now, you were recently at and very hyped and excited about the 8th annual Critics' Choice Celebration of Black Cinema and Television.
Yeah, that's my job.
So tell us, how was
No, I'm the executive producer, so that's like my job. Well, it's funny, that event started here in Kansas City. They just,
About when?
the celebration of Black film, the first one was 2006 at the Gym Theater.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a community event. We did it for free. So the idea started at Fox 4. So Fox 4 has always really been committed to the community. So they like to find special programming that they do for like the Irish community and the Italian community and the Hispanic community. And they didn't really have anything that they were doing at the time, for the Black community. So the VP of Creative Services at the time was Damon Bryant. Like, he was a young Black dude. He's like really talented. And so we always, because there ain't a lot of Black people, or there's more Black people now. Back then, there wasn't hardly any Black people. It was like Alaska back then. So now it's like a few more. But so we were like one of the few Black people there. So I always in his office, and so he was trying to come up with an idea on what we could do for the Black community. And so I was like, well, I don't really know anything other than film stuff. So I said, man, we should do like some sort of like film tribute or something. Like, we were just tossing ideas out. And we came up with this idea to do this documentary on the history of Black film. And that's kind of where it started. But he was kind of like, he really wasn't feeling it at first. Cause I was like, I want to do a list. I was like, I want to do like a list of the like 100 best Black movies ever. He's like, I don't know if there's like 100 Black movies. Like, are you crazy? It's like 1,000. So, I went and put together the list and showed him. So then he greenlit the project. We ended up producing the documentary, and we showed it at the gym, like, for free. It was packed. It was crazy. It was packed. Like, it was like, I don't know if the gym's ever been, well, nothing I've done has been that packed. Well, no, the second one was packed because Nick Cannon was the host. That was crazy. In 2000, it would have been 7. Because Nick Cannon came in 2008, so I remember he was one of the first people I saw that had a Barack Obama button. And he was like, yeah, I vote for Barack Obama. Because I remember early on, everybody was down with Hillary. Like, Barack Obama didn't really get like a lot of traction into the summer. Nick came in February. So that's where that event was born from. So we did it from 2006, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then, like, the support for it, like, faded. We couldn't get no sponsors. Nobody wanted to spend no money on it. And so then the idea died here. And then I revived it out in LA. And we changed the name from Celebration of Black Film to the Celebration of Black Cinema. And that's what we did. And so now we're on year 8. We're on year 8 in Los Angeles. And this year was like incredible because, we had, everybody came through. So, like, the Critic Award went to Spike Lee, which was dope. And then Ryan Coogler, who directed Sinners, got the director award, and Michael B. Jordan was there. The whole cast of Sinners was there, which was incredible. And you had like Journey Smollett was there, Tessa Thompson got the act. It was like Sterling K. Brown. It was like a really incredible event. Ayana Lee performed her song From Highest to Lowest, so it was dope. But we've done it for 8 years. It's a big deal now in Hollywood, and it was the first time I ever had my picture in Vogue. So yeah, I was in the red carpet in Vogue.
Okay.
Oh, baby. Now I gotta get L and Cosmopolitan. Now, at least I got Vogue. You know, Vogue is, hey.
Well, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, Vogue put your red carpet stuff out, because Vogue is Vogue.
Yes, congratulations.
Vogue is Vogue, man.
Let's make some noise over here. Everybody do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vogue is Vogue. I thought I was big time when I made so one year I made the Ebony Best Dress list, and one year I made the Essence, but then I made Vogue. I was like, oh, I made Vogue. It was like, okay, I'm good now.
Did you dress yourself or did you have stylists when you made the interview pictures?
I'm working Fox 4.
You know, I want to ask you, I have another question before that, but it's in my mind. But I want to ask you, why is Black cinema important to you? Oh, I wanted to say congratulations to all, hold on real quick. Congratulations to all the awards recipients. That's what I wanted to say. And then I wanted to ask you.
Cheers to them.
Yes, to the honorees. So I want to ask you, why is Black cinema important to you, and why should it, do you feel, and if so, why do you feel it should be important to not just Black culture, Black people? Why should other cultures?
Well, Black cinema is important because Black people shape, bend, and create the culture. It's like when we know about culture, we know about music, movies, fashion, whatever, dialect, whatever. It's Black people set the tone, and then our stories are important, because our stories are global. I mean, there's so many stories and so many people that are out there in the world that deserve to have their stories told, whether fiction or nonfiction. It's just that Blackness is so unique and so important, and film is a way to archive stories, because movies last forever. It's a way to share with the world, how we feel, what we like, and how we move, the things we like to do, like the way we dress, the way we like to cook, the way we like to move, all of it. It's just important. Those stories are so important, and the power of cinema is legit, because if you go to other countries, their perception of particularly Black Americans are primarily based off of movies and television shows. So you really need to have that power and control to tell your own stories, to control your own imaging, because that's how people perceive you mostly. Is through movies and television. So it's critically important that we have a stake at telling our own stories. We have the ability to distribute those stories globally, so people have a chance to kind of see the real, and not somebody else's portrayal of how they think we should be or how they think we should act. That's really important. So that's why we celebrate Black storytellers. That's why we celebrate Black actors and celebrate Black producers, because it's so important that those stories get told. And the medium of film is very expensive and very hard to execute, so they deserve all the kudos that they can possibly get. So it's hard. It's hard. I mean, making a movie is hard. It's really hard. It's so hard. I don't know how any movie ever gets made. It's really hard.
What is hard? And then we're going to move in.
Number one, it's hard to get the money.
Yeah.
Because making a movie is really expensive. Getting a movie is hard.
For independent films?
Any film. Getting the money is the hardest part for any film. And, making a movie, filmmaking is such a collaborative effort that you got to have so many people, because there's so many moving parts. If one aspect of the filmmaking process is not up to standard, the whole movie's done. If you got a weak editor, your movie's done. You got a weak writer, your movie's done. You got a weak actor, your movie's done. You got a weak director, your movie's done. You got a weak sound person, your movie's done. A weak lighting person, your movie's done. So you got to have all those people on point. Even the grip is carrying the boxes got to be on point, because the days are long and it's hard, and it's just really tough to make a movie. But everybody's got to be on point. Like when you stay for the end of a movie, or you watch the end of a movie, all those names on that crawl at the end, those are all real people. Those are all jobs. And if one of those people is weak, then that movie's going to be messed up. All those people got to be on point. On point, day after day. That's why Kansas City wasn't any good. Because everybody working that movie was high and drunk and that's why it wasn't any good. Like, you gotta be on point, man. You can't be on set for 12 to 16 hours and party all night and think you're gonna make a great movie. You just can't. Like, I don't know. I don't really like you.
So I have a question. So you said everybody has to be on point. A week editor can't.
Not in the filmmaking process. Everybody's gonna be on point.
No, I mean somebody can start out strong and then end up weak. How do you ensure that? How do you do that? Because somebody might need to get replaced. So you have a person who starts out strong, end up weak, and you need to replace them. How do you ensure you're going to get a strong?
That movie is like the new Avatar. Somebody fell asleep at the wheel. And they forgot to tell James Cameron, you might want to redact this script because it's too long. I started watching that movie Tuesday at 10 a.m. and it wasn't over until Thursday.
So you did not like Avatar?
Not at all. I just literally said, I started watching that movie at 10 a.m. I was screaming at AAFCA Berry Woods at the IMAX screen. I walked in at 10 o'clock a.m. on Tuesday. The movie did not end until 5 p.m. Thursday. It's too long.
That's weird. Okay.
That's weird. It's a long movie.
That's weird.
It's just a long movie.
Yeah, that is weird.
Moving on to a long movie. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's too long.
Moving on. We do have Karen Griffin here, who is going to be joining us.
Come on,
On the
Karen.
next segment.
Let's go.
But, you know, because we're going to be talking about the much anticipated,
I'm just going to 2 questions while she's here. I'm going to ask a roll right now.
the highly anticipated
Anticipated what?
upcoming reveal of the historic Boone Theater,
Oh.
located right here in the historic 18th and Vine. Woo! Right down on the border, right in the center.
This next door is technically right there.
Okay, if you go outside, you take that sidewalk, it's right down the street on the corner.
You can't miss it. It's pink and no yellow and blue.
So, if I wanted to
It's yellow and blue.
you there, right?
They said that's it's not finished. You can't do
But we were not able to.
But it's not as cool as doing an interview in front of a
The
white
White
people.
Piano, or the White Piano podcast. Agreed.
Can you play piano?
I cannot.
So you got a podcast, but you can't play piano.
No.
What's the origin of the name? So I just want to know.
Hello, forget it.
Oh,
What is it called the white piano
That's a good
podcast?
question.
the legendary white piano on the first floor of the Mutual Musicians Foundation. Yeah.
The Marion Williams.
What's the history?
Did she play it?
The significance behind the white piano is that it's in the first National Historic Landmark in Kansas City, Missouri, which is a black institution, the Mutual Musicians Foundation. It's the first thing you see when you come in the first floor, and it's iconic because our chairman, James Hathaway, which is a proficient multi-instrumentalist, is who's usually at that piano. So that's where we focus and concentrate the efforts, and when we're talking about people's stories.
That's really going big thing. White piano, girl.
It means more than just the white.
Let's bring Karen in real quick. Karen, come on.
Yeah.
Who's in charge of the refills?
Oh, Angela, we're gonna do Angela.
This is live. This is live. Those are some great questions, by the way.
Thank you so much.
What's your favorite movie of all time?
You know, I don't have a favorite movie.
What's your favorite movie? What's your go-to?
We're gonna take a 2-minute break.
No, no, no.
No,